Health Focus is brought to you by National Medical Stores, NMS, passionate about your life.
If you grew up in a family with abuse, it may be hard as an adult to know what a healthy relationship is. Abuse may feel normal to you. There are several kinds of abuse, including physical, sexual, and verbal or emotional. Hurting with words, neglect and withholding affection are examples of verbal or emotional abuse. Scientists, especially those in the field of human psychiatry, are now able to tell, through studies, that relations are quite key for one to thrive. Professor Larry Young from Emory University has been undertaking similar studies, and he says good relationships have the ability to contribute to well-being.
And so I've been doing research to try to understand what goes on in our brain when we do that. But more recently I realized that having this loving relationship between a partner, your wife, your husband, actually has important implications for your health. It increases your immune system so you can fight infectious disease. It decreases cardiovascular problems, heart disease. It protects you against cancer. So it's really just amazing how this positive, loving relationship between couples can really improve our health.
But all this starts from the brain, which instructs our bodies to produce hormones that impact our behaviors later on in life.
We know that if our bond is broken, or we're not having a loving relationship, then our brain gets a withdrawal from certain chemicals. And somehow that causes us to be vulnerable. The nurturing of the parents to the baby in the first weeks, months, and years of the life actually changes chemicals in the brain to help them build a social brain so that they can, when they become adults, have good positive relationships.
Professor Larry spent time with the health workers of Butabika Hospital in training sessions to retool them on how to handle people with various mental disorders.
It's important for our health community to understand and to communicate the importance of being in a positive, loving relationship.
One of the attendees, Bernard Enzama, is a health tutor at Butabika Hospital. He says the knowledge acquired is key, especially with changing trends of diseases.
In terms of behavioral shaping, which is basically done by oxytocin, before in schools we only knew a few functions of oxytocin, that it's important for labor and also breast production. But today, we have broadened our knowledge in the areas I've just mentioned.
The estimated incidence of mental illnesses in Uganda is massive. A 2008 study by the World Health Organization indicates 35% of Ugandans suffer from some form of mental illness and 15% require treatment. However, the study reveals that the incidence of mental illnesses and the need for treatment could be much bigger. Another 2019 study published in the International Journal of Mental Health Systems recommended that Uganda doubles its efforts to integrate mental health into primary health care and also improve service delivery.
Make up setting in a national referral hospital because it brings about bonding. It helps in love, and with the kind of patients we have, we need to love them because we are the mother substitute. We do everything for them. So if you don't love them, then you may not manage them. So I'm going to talk about it in the hospital setting to the rest of the nurses who have remained behind, that it is important to have oxytocin.
And I've learned that it begins with a mother preparing mentally, and it all has to be related with a partner, of course, because some mothers get challenges and they face it throughout the whole 9 months of pregnancy. Everything that happens from the time of conception to the time of birth matters, and how parents are prepared. So I've got to learn that parents need to prepare early and let things not come by surprise, because it disturbs children mentally and even the parents are not stable. In most cases, it ends up causing domestic violence in families.
Processes like the reduction of negation emotion, shaping the self-concept, support for personal goals, and eliciting positive emotions are some of the mechanisms through which social partners have the potential to enhance well-being. Walter Mwesije, NTV.
National Medical Stores, NMS, passionate about your life with support from the Ministry of Health. Procure, store and distribute essential medicine and medical supplies to all government health facilities in Uganda.